So let's start by addressing something we rarely think about: grains. You see, they're everywhere, in our bread, cereals, even snacks. But what if I told you that modern grains are, well, kind of missing something?
It's true, Eric. Grains, the way we consume them today, lack vital components like lipids and sterols. Back in the 1950s, researchers started recognizing the link between these missing nutrients and chronic conditions like fatigue. They discovered that lipids and sterols play a significant role in cellular health.
Wait, chronic fatigue? That's serious. So what exactly happened to the grains?
Modern grain processing happened. As industrial methods took over, they started refining grains to extend shelf life. Unfortunately, in doing so, they stripped away germ and bran, the parts containing these essential nutrients. What's left are refined grains that lack the natural balance they once had.
And that's led to, what, this nutrient gap, right?
Exactly. Our cells need lipids and sterols for optimal functioning, such as maintaining healthy membranes and absorbing nutrients efficiently. When they're missing from our diet, it can lead to compromised cellular efficiency, and as the research from the 50s showed, even chronic health problems over time.
Sounds like we've been shortchanging our bodies for decades. So where does Tre-en-en come in?
Tre-en-en was developed specifically to address these gaps. It combines lipids and sterols from wheat, rice, and soy, harnessing a cold pressing process to retain these nutrients. Unlike modern methods, which destroy much of the nutritional profile, Tre-en-en preserves these vital components, almost as if restoring what's been lost in our diets.
That's fascinating. It's like they figured out how to reverse engineer nutrition into our lifestyles.
Precisely. The idea was to bridge the nutritional void created by modern processing practices and to restore balance, giving our cells what they need to thrive.
And it all started because of this research from the 1950s? That's pretty amazing.
It is. It was a revolutionary realization at the time, and it paved the way for what we now understand about cellular nutrition.
So, we've really set the stage here. That research from the 1950s and the development of Tre-en-en, it's all fascinating. But it got me thinking, Suresh, why exactly are lipids and sterols so crucial for our bodies? What's happening on a cellular level that makes them indispensable?
Great question, Eric. At a cellular level, lipids and sterols are essential for maintaining the structure and functionality of the cell membrane. Think of the membrane as a gatekeeper. It manages what enters and exits the cell, including vital nutrients.
So they're like bouncers for our cells?
Exactly, yes. Without sufficient lipids and sterols, the cell membrane becomes rigid and less efficient at its gatekeeping role. This means fewer nutrients get absorbed, and cellular processes, like energy production and growth, slow down. Over time, this can affect overall health, including cardiovascular and even immune functions.
Wait, hold up. So this isn't just about feeling sluggish. It's like a chain reaction inside us?
Absolutely. For instance, studies conducted on animals and athletes have shown that bolstering lipid and sterol intake improves nutrient utilization, energy efficiency, and performance. These findings highlight how crucial these components are for both basic and advanced physiological functions.
That's wild. But here's the part I gotta know. How does Tre-en-en actually keep these lipids and sterols intact? Because, like you said earlier, modern processing pretty much ruins everything, right?
Correct, Eric. Tre-en-en uses a cold pressing process. Unlike conventional methods, such as high heat or chemical extraction, this cold pressing technique preserves the molecular integrity of lipids and sterols. It ensures that their bioactive properties remain intact, making it far more effective than most processed supplements on the market today.
It's kind of crazy to think our ancestors probably didn't need anything like this because their food already had these nutrients naturally.
That's true. They consumed whole foods where the germ and bran of grains were untouched. Unfortunately, in today's world, convenience has taken precedence over quality, and critical nutrients are often sacrificed in the process. Tre-en-en, essentially reintroduces these missing elements back into our diets.
And it does all this while keeping things natural. That's impressive. So these studies you mentioned,
Yes, the studies. Animal trials in particular revealed enhanced growth and cardiovascular development when lipids and sterols were reintroduced into their diets. Similarly, athletes experienced improved endurance and recovery times, all thanks to better cellular efficiency.
wow, that's a really broad range of benefits. And it all traces back to, what, optimizing the health of the cell membrane?
Exactly. By providing the cellular foundation our bodies need, Tre-en-en supports functions from the inside out.
All right, we've dug into how lipids and sterols are critical for our cells and how Tre-en-en helps restore their benefits. But here's what's puzzling me. If these nutrients play such a key role, why are so many of us still struggling with feeling, I don't know, chronically drained?
Well, Eric, a lot of that comes down to the balance, or imbalance, I should say, of fats in modern diets. We consume plenty of fats, but they're often the wrong ones. Trans fats, for instance, interfere with cell function, while essential fats, like those in Tre-en-en, are lacking in what we eat today.
So it's the quality, not the quantity, that's messing us up.
Exactly. Without these quality fats, our cells can't perform efficiently, leading not just to fatigue, but also to reduced vitality and an impaired stress response. Tre-en-en essentially acts to rebalance this equation, supporting energy production and overall cellular health.
You know, it's wild. It's like we think we're eating better because food's so convenient now, but it's actually robbing us of energy instead.
That's a great way to put it, Eric. And let me share a quick example. One of my patients, who struggled with chronic fatigue, started incorporating Tre-en-en into her routine. Within weeks, her energy levels noticeably improved, and she even found it easier to manage stress. It's not just anecdotal. Studies echo these results.
Okay, wow, that's inspiring. But hold up a second. I think it's time for our interactive segment. Fact or myth? Suresh, are you ready?
Absolutely, I am. Let's hear it.
All right, here goes. Fact or myth, eating fats automatically makes you gain weight.
Myth. This is one of the most common misconceptions. It's not about fats in general. It's about the type of fats you consume. Healthy fats, like the ones found in Tre-en-en, are actually crucial for metabolism and energy. They can help maintain, even improve, your weight management if balanced properly.
I gotta admit, that was way too easy for you.
Well, Eric, it's a question I get asked a lot, and it's an important one. Too often, people fear fats without understanding how integral the right kinds are to their overall health and vitality.
No kidding. I mean, just hearing all this today, it's clear how Tre-en-en fills in these gaps we didn't even know we had. It's like the modern solution to our modern problem.
Well said. And it's a reminder that by simply addressing these deficiencies with something as natural as lipids and sterols, we can unlock so much potential for our health, energy, stress management, vitality. It's incredible what the body is capable of when it gets the right support.
I think that's a perfect note to end on, Suresh. It's been such a fascinating journey into cellular nutrition today, don't you think?
Absolutely. And I hope listeners walk away with a deeper understanding of how small changes can lead to transformative health outcomes.
All right, folks, that's all for today. Thanks for tuning in, and until next time, take care of yourselves and your cells.